So 41% of Conservative members of Parliament voted against the Prime Minister in that motion of confidence vote last night. And when you think that a third of all Tory MPs are on the payroll, and given that not that many turkeys vote for Christmas, you realise just how much opposition to the Prime Minister there is in the House of Commons, let alone in the rest of the country. And I stick to my contention that the Conservative supporting newspapers have got this wrong. If you look at The Sun, look at the Mail, they will tell you that if Johnson goes, it'll be a disaster for the Conservative Party. I read this completely the opposite way round. I believe that if the Conservative Party sticks with Johnson, they're a sinking ship and they will head to a 1997-style electoral wipeout. But something else happened yesterday that really didn't get noticed with all the drama around the Conservative Party. And it was Keir Starmer giving an interview yesterday morning. Let's listen to what Keir Starmer had to say.
All this Prime Minister ever said was he would get Brexit done, and so he's got us out on the deal which you've described. What I want to do, and what we would do if we were in government, is make Brexit work, which is make sure that we've got a better deal that works, whether it's that for businesses, because so many businesses are struggling with the extra bureaucracy. They just want to trade well with their European partners and, of course, across the world.
Well, if you want to interpret what he's just said, he said we should rejoin the EU's single market. He's made it pretty clear that if he becomes Prime Minister, that's what he wants to do. And be in no doubt that the Liberal Democrats want to do the same thing. The SNP want to do the same thing. They want to take us to what would be effectively Brexit in name only. But it's not just them. There are voices within the Conservative Party. One of those who regrets this bitterly is Daniel Hannan, now, of course, Lord Hannan. And he wrote this Sunday, staying in the single market or large parts of it would have saved us a lot of trouble. He was the one Brexiteer that appeared on television and radio in 2016 arguing we should stay. But far more worrying is Conservative MP, Remainer Tobias Ellwood, has said, in a nutshell, all these challenges would disappear if we dare to advance our Brexit model by rejoining the EU single market, the Norway model. Leaving this aspect of the EU was not on the ballot paper nor called for by either the Prime Minister or Nigel Farage during the 2016 referendum. Well, that is an outright lie. It was made absolutely clear by every leading figure on both Leave and Remain that a Leave vote meant leaving the single market. But you can see how Remainers want to twist things. And my fear is if we finish up with Boris Johnson staying as leader, if we finish up with a coalition, it could even be a minority government led by Keir Starmer after the next election, he'll get support from some on the Conservative benches and we'll get dragged back into the EU single market. And yes, we would become like Norway. Now, Norway at least have their fish, which we don't even have. But we'd finish up having rules made for British industry over which we had no say whatsoever. And that in the years to come would lead some to say, why don't we just rejoin? I never thought I'd sit here and say that Brexit could be in peril. I now believe that it could be.